Hi there. What a momentous week it's been. Unbelievable. And what a send off for Her late Majesty the Queen. Only the Brits can do it like that. Um, with all the bad news around, especially Putin upping the ante, I found it a really welcome affirmation of the very best human values, didn't you? It seemed like the whole world wanted to see every minute of it. Even a very large American network affiliate where I have a regular spot called me desperate to find somebody who was in the queue, anybody. And my wife was there as it happened, and so she became a radio star for a bit. But there's more to come, a lot more to come. Big announcements that are really going to move and shake us. And I don't mean Liz Truss's visit to New York. Today, probably, or maybe tomorrow, the Bank of England is slated to announce yet another, its seventh rise in interest rates since last year, which will take us from 0.1%, where we were then, to 2.5 and possibly even 2.5% now. And pundits are suggesting that that's going to go to 4.5%. Once again, as far as I'm concerned, it's the British consumer, the largest group of voters, obviously, that is pushed, sidelined, marginalized, ignored, and steamrollered over. What is powering the Bank of England's desire to do this is to assert itself against the government, where Liz Truss has threatened to remove its historic independence. And it's also obsessively, compulsively committed to staying abreast of the dollar at a time when one wonders just how necessary that is. I have to ask, are these things really important right now? Because we're in the middle of so many different crises, the greatest of which is that millions of people don't have enough money to live the way they would wish to put it mildly. And I don't think that many of them are buying American goods. So I'm not sure just how important the parity with the dollar is. And British consumers certainly don't care about internecine battles between the Bank of England and the government. So all British politicians on both sides, frankly, are to be commended for their ability to put the functioning of monetary policy, government politics, and macroeconomic foreign exchange questions before the needs of the British public that elected them, and should be keeping them, out of all the difficulties that they're in. It's really quite maddening. I also note, after all this, that despite all the previous six interest rate rises we have, it's done nothing to curb inflation. Of course not, because it doesn't work. We have cost push inflation, not consumer led inflation. So raising interest rates to stop people spending money when they're not spending money, for goodness sake, doesn't work. Duh. And also at the same time, it's not protecting the dollar. The dollar has fallen to its lowest level in something like 33 years. So I'm really dismayed that amidst all the welcome statements and promises about what we're going to hear probably tomorrow about stamp duty reductions and help for business and national insurance and green energy levies and the rest, Liz and Kwasi have not made any mention whatsoever of stopping further interest rate rises. It's just insane.